Our guest tonight is Betsy Gressler, president of Stonewall. Welcome.
Thanks.
At last. I've known you just from afar for a long time. I'm glad you're here and sharing words with us.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Well, thank you. So tell me your entire life history. No, how'd you get here to Cincinnati? Did you go to school somewhere close?
Actually, no. I was born in upstate New York, quite a long way from here, in a very small town, Little Falls, New York. It's way in the middle of nowhere, actually. And I went to high school and college in Tennessee, and I graduated from East Tennessee State University with a degree in computer science. And I moved here to be a systems analyst. And
Jesus, it sounds like you're reading this off your bio.
I don't have that with me. And I've been in Cincinnati.
What is a systems analyst?
Well, I analyze systems. I work.
You look at something and you find out how it works, and
well, more than that, you go talk to the people that are going to be using a system, and you find out what they want it to do, and then you go back to them and say, "This is what we did. Is this okay?"
That's good. I like that part. Nobody ever asked me my opinion about do I like whatever system. This is totally untrue. I have no idea why I'm lying tonight. Excuse me. You're here because you're the president of Stonewall Cincinnati. Tell me about Stonewall. Don't tell me. Tell all the thousands.
Tell the thousands and the millions who
That's
are at
right.
home. Stonewall Cincinnati is a gay and lesbian political action organization here in the city of Cincinnati. We are really divided up into two parts. Part of us is a nonprofit organization that does educational work. We have a speakers bureau that goes out and talks to schools, churches, groups that would like to learn more about the gay and lesbian community or issues that affect our community. We also have a task force on discrimination that investigates cases of discrimination, people that have been harassed, gotten mistreated by other people or by the police. We have
it's not just jobs, it's everywhere.
Oh no, it's everywhere. Yeah, there's all kinds of discrimination out there. People getting beaten up, and people being denied apartments, and people being denied insurance. It's far more than employment.
How is our community compared to like Boston or New York or?
I'd say on the whole we have fewer reported cases, and with the Stonewall Task Force on Discrimination, we really are not able to get as many people as we would like to follow through with pursuing the cases, with filing suit against the person, or if it's a complaint about violence from a police officer, they're not willing to file complaints against the police department. So we have a harder time getting people that are willing to follow through with things here in Cincinnati than we would in some of the larger cities that have more organized gay communities that have accomplished a lot more as far as getting ordinances passed and having more protection in place. I think that people here are afraid of being discriminated against even more should they come forward and press their complaints. I
was going to ask, is that going to be one of your major goals in Stonewall, to make sure that the word gets out about reporting and taking care of discrimination?
Yeah, that's one of our major goals that we've just undertaken is work on a human rights ordinance for the city of Cincinnati, and that will not only cover city employees but employees of companies that contract with the city, and eventually we hope to get to the point where we can provide coverage for persons who work in the general public with private employers that don't do business with the city. And through that process, we're going to have to prove over and over again to lawmakers that people are being discriminated against, because you have to prove that there's a need for a law before they're willing to enact something. So we're going to have to prove over and over to a lot of different people and show statistics and actual cases of people being discriminated against. So it's going to be real essential that people file those and follow up with them, and that we make people aware of what's going on.
Do you feel like Stonewall is your best bet for for getting the action done that you want taken on discrimination and furthering a reasonable gay and lesbian lifestyle.
Yeah, I think so. Two of the more famous, if you will, discrimination cases that we had were the Diner on Sycamore boycott of, I believe it was about 3 years ago, when a group of waiters were fired for allegedly acting too gay, and that was a very successful boycott against the diner. And not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago, we had a successful case against the Yellow Pages, where Ashland Psychological wanted to include gay and lesbian issues in their Yellow Pages ad, and they were not allowed to do that. And we worked through Ashland and Donnelly Directory, and eventually they were able to use the words gay and lesbian in their Yellow Pages ad.
Danger, danger, those terrible words.
Those terrible words.
Really bad.
They were worried that it would violate our community values to have it in the Yellow Pages.
Don't you always want to know whose community they're talking about?
It's not violating my community.
What's your community? Mine is like the women of Michigan, the who work there, and, nationally a bunch of artists. And then, of course, Northside. And, Cincinnati in general. What would you say yours is?
Well, I think personally I would have to say that I identify more with a political side of the population at large, with gay and lesbian leaders on a national level and people that are involved in the gay and lesbian community locally. I also enjoy women's music, and I also like...
So do I.
What a coincidence. I didn't know we had so much in common.
That's right.
And but I think as the president of Stonewall, we try continually to say that we represent everyone. And it's almost impossible to say that you represent everyone, but we try to do that, and we try to do outreach to all segments of the community. Some are harder to reach than others. So
yeah, I believe that part. What's your biggest task, would you say, with Stonewall?
I have two.
Go ahead.
My two biggest tasks.
Let me hear it.
The first one is going to be fundraising. It's always hard to get a lot of money. What we want to do costs a lot of money, and it's real hard to get people to make donations, come to fundraisers, whatever. And the second challenge is to get volunteers who are willing to work hard and get all this stuff done and spend the money. So raising the money.
All the thousands you raise.
All the thousands, tens
That's
of
right.
thousands that we raise. So that's my two biggest challenges.
So you think you're maybe going to stay here for a while? In the city?
Yeah, I like Cincinnati a lot.
So
a lot.
do I.
I'll be here for a while.
Well, thanks for coming here tonight.
Thank you.
Maybe you would come again sometime.
Oh, sure.
Thanks. This has been Betsy Gressler. I guess we're going to do some more music, maybe? Or I don't know exactly what we're going to do. I just hang out there. They say, "You, open your mouth." And so I do. So let me close it for a while.
Good friends are the best. We didn't say old friends, age is not the test. It happens to be we all are all friends, but good friends are the best. Good friends are the best. We didn't say old friends, age is not a test. It happens to be we all are all friends, but good friends are the best.